Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you about my dental horror story. This dental experience was by far one of the worst experiences I've ever had, and I've literally cracked teeth in half before and it didn't hurt as bad as this. So, this happened about a year ago where we went on holiday to visit family. So grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins, we went to Serbia because that's where our family's from, right? So I decided, instead of going to the dentist in Australia, I'm just gonna go get a filling done in Serbia because it's way cheaper. Because in Australia it's about like 250-ish per tooth, and I think I had to do like 3 teeth or something. I'm not too sure. But I was like, you know what? We can go to Serbia and get them done because you're going anyways. So let's save some money. My family's from this village in Serbia, and I decided to go to the dentist that people have recommended. I was told that it was a good dentist to go to. Many question marks. I looked up the reviews for this place. I didn't read the reviews, but I saw like the stars and they were rated pretty good. I think at the time it was like 4.5 stars out of like a lot of reviews. We'll get to the reviews later. I want to read them after this. I still haven't read them. So with dentists in Serbia, I've been told that there are good dentists there. Like my mum grew up there. She had some dentists that she really hated, but a few that she went to that were good, And I have a friend as well who has been to good dentists there, and another person who has also been to good dentists, but in the capital city, like in bigger cities, right? And I was like, you know what, like obviously it's going to be a bit different to dentist home in Australia, but I didn't really know how different it would be. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't expecting it to be, like I was expecting it to be different, but not the dentist being an absolute bitch. And I don't like to call people like bitches and stuff, but she was a bitch. Oh my god. Like I'm trying to be nice. But I wanted to get, I think, 3 fillings done. Babes, I wanted to walk out of there with half a filling. So I walk in and like it was an older building, like there wasn't, like it was nothing fancy. It was like a typical Eastern European, like it was a tiny building, it was very like old fashioned, which is like, that's not a problem. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's the dentist, it's not the place. There was a separate waiting area, and then there was like a reception inside the room. I'm actually going to draw this out for you guys. So I'll still explain it for all the people that are not watching the, the screen. We have the reception. So you walk in, right? And then there was a little room here. So the reception, and there's 2 dental chairs. That's what was in the room. So the receptionist was in the same room as 2 dental chairs that were next to each other. There was no barrier, no nothing, right? And then you have the receptionist just sitting here. So 2 chairs and a receptionist. And mind you, the dentist was doing 2 people's teeth at the same time. She was going from one chair to the other chair, to the other chair, to the other chair, to the other chair. I was not expecting that. Oh, and another fun fact, they don't wear gloves in Serbian dentists. I'm going a bit off track. I'll get back to the glove thing later. So basically, I sit in the left chair here, okay? And like the dentist was not that like warm or friendly. She seemed like she was pissed off to be at her job, to be honest. I could already tell that she was not the type of person to have any type of patience with somebody.
For context, I really hate needles, like really hate them.
And she was like to me, do you want an anesthetic or do you want no anesthetic? And I knew that if I said that I wanted anesthetic, this woman would go batshit insane on me trying to give me a needle of anesthetic. Like, so I was just like, you know what, like, we've done it before without anesthetic. We've gotten a filling before without anesthetic. Like, I've been through so much worse. I broke my 3 front teeth before. That was very painful. Like, this can't be much worse. I had a feeling, like, I could tell right from the beginning, like, she was kind of frustrated. She was kind of like she was already complaining, like, before she had already even spoken to me. She was complaining about how, like, all her coworkers are on fucking holiday and she has to be here, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was bitching and whining already. And I'm like, if I ask you for an anesthetic, like, if I accept the offer of the anesthetic, you will go insane trying to give me the anesthetic. The last dentist I've been to here in Australia, he like literally had to reposition a tooth. Like I fainted and I knocked my face on a table and I knocked a tooth like up, and then I cracked another tooth, and the dentist, like, in order to reposition it, because it would have been so painful, he had to give me like a bunch of needles. And he was very like kind, very like patient, and just because he was patient, I was more like receptive to the anesthetic, if that makes sense. I was more comfortable, you know, even though I don't like needles. I just had a feeling, obviously I don't know for sure, but I had a feeling like if you try to give me an anesthetic, it's not gonna go well. Not at all. Like I genuinely thought that it would have just been easier to do the entire filling without any anesthetic. And then I forgot like how deep the filling actually was. And I'll just ask for it later if I need to. She started drilling in my teeth, like in my tooth, right? And it wasn't that bad to begin with. As she was drilling, she took a slight break, and also I came to notice that she wasn't wearing any gloves. So it turns out this is a thing in Serbia where dentists don't really wear gloves. She was just washing her hands. And mind you, once again, she was working on my teeth and then the person next to me. My teeth, the person next to me. At least she was washing her hands. Because otherwise I think I would have fucking bounced. Yeah, so they don't wear gloves typically there. They just wash their hands. And that was weird. That was very weird. Like, I go to, what was it? Like, whenever you go to a dentist or anything here, like, they always put on gloves. When she took a small break from my tooth, I don't know what she was doing. I went to go and, like, I wanted a distraction so badly. Like, I wanted to listen to a podcast, listen to music, like, on one ear, okay? On one ear. And that's a thing that they let you do in Australia in dentists. I've never had issues with that. They always let you, like, for anything you go here, like, for blood tests, to the dentist, to, I don't know what else, like, needles, any of that shit. They let you listen to music as a distraction. Like, they literally, like, kind of encourage it. They're like, oh, just just listen to something on your phone. Like, I've had people say that. When I broke my teeth, I'll get into that a little bit later. Like, when he was, like, whatever he was doing, like, he was giving me so many needles and, like, readjusting my tooth. And I had earphones in the whole time. Like, I was listening to my podcasts, right? And they were like, that's totally fine. You can do that. Like, do you actually want to listen to something? You know, like, here it's kind of a norm to listen to music, right? But over there, oh my God, I asked this woman, I was literally like, and I said it nicely, okay? I said it nicely. I was not rude, I was not disrespectful. I was like, can I just listen to something to distract me from the pain? And this girl, she was very annoyed. It gets worse. Okay, I know you're thinking like, oh, she was just annoyed, like, what's the big deal? It gets worse! Just wait. So, she was like, no, what are you talking about? Like, I need you to be able to hear me, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. She was quite rude to me about that simple request. Okay, it is what it is. And I just remember, like, I was in so much pain after that, like, so much pain, as she kept on drilling in my, teeth, right? And I was literally like, oh my God, like, why does this hurt worse than when I cracked my teeth? That's kind of crazy to say, though. Okay, I didn't really understand her as to why I couldn't listen to things on my phone, and I was in so much freaking distress, and I just asked her again. I was like, hey, can I please listen to something on my phone to distract me? This pain is so bad. And this, oh my God, this bitch went off at me. She went off at me. Once again, a simple I'm sorry, and then an explanation as to why you cannot would have been more than fine. And I would have just fucking somehow dealt with it. Because, like, to be honest, I didn't really understand what she meant the first time she said, no, you can't. Like, oh my God, she turned around to the receptionist because, like, remember what I said? The receptionist was sitting right here. She was in the same room. She turned around to the receptionist and she was like, look at the audacity of this girl. Like, what the hell is she asking me? She wants to listen to her phone. I can't believe her. But she was like, basically, the audacity of you. Like, who do you think you are? Like, why do you want to listen to music so badly? And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what professionalism? You are so professional. What? Like, I wanted to get the fuck up and walk. I couldn't do this because this was, I struggled to go to the dentist that I wanted to go to because of protests at the time. Like, I couldn't make it to the capital city because there were riots and protests and it was not safe. And this was towards the end of my trip. So I had a short amount of time before I was flying back. But bitch, I wanted to walk out of there so fucking badly with a hole in my mouth. I mean, in my tooth. But I was like, realistically, it's probably not a good idea to do that. Also, the whole time she was going between chair to chair to chair, she was bitching and whining about how all her co-workers were taking a holiday. They're all going somewhere for European summer, but I'm stuck here. I gotta work, mind you, in front of the customers and the receptionist. Like, she's just bitching to the receptionist in front of 2 patients. She was basically like to the receptionist, is this girl serious? Is she fucking serious? And I'm sitting here like, I truly don't understand. I have no idea what's going on. But she was just like, would you look at this girl? Like, what are you doing? Why would you want to listen to your phone? Like, the audacity of you to ask me a second time. Meanwhile, you didn't make the first explanation clear. Like, if you were in Australia acting like this, you would be out of a job, honey. Like, you would have terrible reviews. It was just the reaction for me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's not your client's fault or problem that you're the only dentist there. Which is why I think she was working on 2 chairs at the same time, but she was so like angry and irritated that she had to be at work. Like, honey, that is not your client's fault. If you don't want to be a dentist, don't be a dentist, you know? And secondly, to turn around to the receptionist and bitch about a client while the client is in the room. Like, at least have the decency to wait for the client to leave. I couldn't believe I could not. I was like, this is ridiculous. And the amount of pain that I was in after that reaction, the receptionist actually came to me and started talking to me. Like, she was talking and like trying to distract me, and she was, I don't remember what she was saying, but she was very nice after that experience because that dentist was so professional. Like, who acts like that? But imagine, I work in retail, right? If I ever, no matter how dumb this customer is, right? If I spoke to a customer the way she spoke to me, honey, I would not be coming into work the next day. You know what I mean? Like, she was very rude. Very, very rude. She was saying something to me about, like, I need to be able to hear her or whatever it was, but I was like, one ear, like, it's not loud, it's just something, you know, to distract you. I can still hear you, I can still hear everything going on in the room, because that's not an issue. Like, back at home here, it's not an issue to listen to music, like I said, and I'm pretty sure in a lot of other places it's not an issue. I don't know if that's just this dentist or if that's like a Serbia thing. I was also going to do 3 fillings while I was there because it was $35 for 1 filling. In Australia, it's like 250 Australian dollars. So it would have been like $50, right? So I could have done 3 for the price of less than 1 here. So I was like, you know, it can't be that bad. No, it was so painful. When she was yelling and whatever, I realized, I was like, I have a huge hole in my tooth, like a massive hole in my tooth. And mind you, when she was drilling, she also wasn't particularly careful. Like, she was very like quick. Like, I don't know. It didn't seem like, it seemed a bit rushed, you know? And I was like, shit, like, I can't exactly just walk out and leave because I gotta leave in a few days. And she was saying something and then she was like, look, like, do you want a temporary filling? Cause like, I don't know what to do with you. I have to fly in a few days and I don't know anything about the temporary fillings. Like, what if it falls out? Like, your whole tooth is exposed. Like, it was that is not going to, like, I wouldn't be able to have eaten anything. Like, that would have been so sensitive. And I'm like, if I get a temporary filling, then I'm gonna have to potentially deal with the pain if it were to fall out. And like on a plane, and like, because I was having another stopover on the way home, I was like, what if it falls out there? Like, I don't know how these temporary fillings work, right? So I just decided, I was like, you know what, like, she doesn't have that much more to go. I'm just gonna like just let her finish the tooth. And then after that, I walked out. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. Like, I don't care how small the cavity is, because the other tooth, that was the worst one that she fixed first, like the worst tooth. And I had two more, but it was like, not as bad, right? And I'm like, I don't care. I do not care. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of there. I don't care to save like a few $100. Like, I'll just do it back at home. I get she was probably overworked. I don't know if it's the norm there to work on 2 clients at once. Like, I don't know. I've never been to a dentist there before. Maybe it is at that clinic. I have no idea. But still, when a client asks you a simple question, why are we losing our fucking minds? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that this is a representation of dentists in Serbia, because I've heard that there are some really good dentists in Serbia and really good doctors for certain things in Serbia. So am I going to go to another dentist in Serbia? Yes, but I'm going to choose a lot better. Okay. I don't know, I got that I just went randomly to this one. I got a recommendation from like family. They've never had problems with her, but then again, it's like, I know technically, like, they don't really need to have like compassion, do you know what I mean, for people who are scared of the dentist, or like scared of needles, or like are in so much pain because of the teeth. Technically, they don't have to have any compassion, but we don't lose our shit at people. In most places, that's like that's like the fastest way to lose your job. Also, I do want to read some reviews. The place has 4.4 stars out of 45 reviews, which is honestly not bad at all. I filtered it by lowest. 1 star. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. Okay. They have had my trust for almost 20 years. 5 stars. I mean, okay. That's the thing where I was kind of wondering, is it like a cultural thing? Like, because I'm conditioned to what the dentists are like here, you know what I mean? But it was more so her reaction that just pissed me off. Everything else was fine. Oh, and just to mention also, I was crying as well, and she did not give a shit. Like, she had no compassion. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I have compassion for people, do you know what I mean? So I don't understand that. I don't get it, but hey, not everyone thinks the same. Not everyone is nice. What can I say? I don't get it, but yeah, that's basically it. That was my horrible dental story time. My family could not believe this shit when they heard it. I don't know whether like this clinic usually sees people who are just like completely like numb to pain, or yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I hope you never experienced such an uncompassionate, I don't know if that's a word, uncompassionate dentist. They're not fun to go to begin with, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I sure as hell did not enjoy this experience, but yeah. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.